Pain feels unfair. It feels personal. But what if your pain was pointing you toward purpose?
Most people spend their lives trying to avoid pain. We run from it, we numb it, we distract ourselves from it. Because pain feels like an enemy. It feels like something that should never have happened. A betrayal, a failure, a loss you never asked for. What if the story is bigger than that? What if the very struggle never had is the thing shaping the person you're becoming? Because sometimes the moments that feel like the end of the story are actually the beginning of a deeper one. A story you couldn't see yet. A story that only pain could reveal.
But what if your pain isn't random? What if it's shaping you?
The struggle you hate might be forming the person you're becoming. Because pressure doesn't just crush, it creates diamonds. The weight you carry. Emotional wounds can feel like invisible chains. We carry them into relationships, work, and prayer. I know you're skeptical, frustrated.
You smile in public but fight battles in private. You wonder why it still hurts, why you feel stuck, why you're tired of being strong.
Emotional wounds are strange. You can't always see them, but you can feel them everywhere. They follow you into relationships. They follow you into the quiet moments when you're alone with your thoughts.
Sometimes they show up as anger, sometimes as exhaustion, or a quiet voice that whispers, "Something is wrong with me." And maybe you've asked the same question.
Why did this happen to me? Why this heartbreak? Why this betrayal? Why this loss? Why this loneliness? And when those questions go unanswered,
Pain starts to feel heavier, because pain without meaning feels unbearable. But pain with purpose is something different. Pain with purpose becomes transformation. Pain has a strange way of revealing things we never noticed before. It exposes the beliefs we carry, the fears we avoided, the parts of ourselves we never confronted. And while it feels uncomfortable,
Because pain forces growth, it forces reflection, it forces questions that comfort never asks. Through struggle, you begin to develop resilience. You begin to develop empathy for others. You begin to understand suffering in ways that make you kinder, deeper, and more compassionate. People who have never experienced difficulty may have knowledge, but people who have walked through pain carry wisdom.
and wisdom changes how you move through life.
It changes how you treat people. It changes how you understand yourself. Pain doesn't just wound you, it shapes you. In moments of deep struggle, one of the hardest feelings to face is the sense of abandonment. You wonder if you're alone. You wonder if anyone sees your fight. You wonder if the silence means something is wrong. But throughout history, some of the strongest people were shaped in seasons of forgotten. Difficult seasons refine character. They remove illusions.
They strengthen faith. They teach patience and perseverance. And sometimes what feels like a closed door is actually a redirection. It becomes a teacher. It becomes part of your journey. It becomes part of the story that will one day inspire someone else who is walking through the same darkness. It comes a moment in every difficult season when something shifts, not necessarily in your circumstances, but inside you.
Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" you start asking, "What is this teaching me?" Here, what version of myself is being formed through this experience?
And that question changes everything. Because once meaning enters pain, pain loses some of its power.
Your pain does not define you, but it does shape you. Every challenge you faced, you thought you wouldn't make it through. Every season that felt too heavy to carry.
Those moments became chapters in your story. And the truth is, stories with struggle often become stories with the greatest impact because people connect with authenticity. They connect with resilience.
Your pain is not the final chapter. It is only a part of the journey. And one day, you will look back and see the hidden story that was being written all along. Pain doesn't destroy character. It refines it. You are not abandoned. You are being shaped. The fire you're walking through is not meant to burn you. It's meant to build you. Your pain is part of your story, but it is not the end of it. And one day, you'll thank this season for the strength it gave you.
So if you are in a difficult season right now, Remember this, your story isn't finished yet. If this spoke to you, comment one lesson your pain taught you. This is not the end.